I'll tell you, either you love this brewery or you don't. Like there are people that are like, this beer is really flat and it doesn't taste good. And then there's people like, I love this beer. It's great. I'll come here every day.
Yeah.
There's no in between.
I've never actually, always knew that there was a brewery in Seward, but I never could remember the name. So never actually had it.
Inspired by the adventures of our nurses, therapists, and techs, A Beer with Atlas is the only healthcare traveling, craft beer drinking podcast. Each week, we'll open a few beers, talk about the brewery and the style of beer, and then dive into some research curated specifically for each episode. In the end, we hope each one sounds like a conversation you'd have with your friends while enjoying a few cold ones.
Welcome to another episode of A Beer with Atlas. I'm Rich.
I'm Brian.
I'm Dolan.
Dolan lied to me.
I lied to you.
He did.
A white lie?
Well, it was a fib.
Oh my God. What happened?
Look how surprised he is.
He's like, I've
What did
always
I
tell
lie
the
about?
truth.
You said we were going to do 4 weeks of Oktoberfest, and we really only did 3.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Right?
That's
Yeah.
a scheduling error. It wasn't
It's a scheduling error.
on purpose.
It wasn't
I
even
don't
an
think.
error. It's more like just like a snafu.
More of a letdown.
Yeah. We're skipping a week in there because the marketing team's going to a conference, and so just not a lot of time.
That's excuses.
Yeah.
That's what
right?
that is.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going there. I could do
Right.
it, but
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just drink one that week on my own.
There you go. See, I plan on doing that anyway too. So, for our final week of Oktoberfest, from Bottle Rocket Brewing in Seward, Nebraska.
Yes.
Ooh.
Seward, Nebraska. Bottle Rocket Oktoberfest.
This is it, yeah.
That can art is fantastic on there.
It really
by
is.
The way.
They do have a lot of, they have like different pinup looking kind of gals sitting on bottles of beer that are shooting
and
into
they're
space.
shooting into space.
Like a rocket.
Do you know why? I think they went with the name Bottle Rocket. Do you know why?
I have a pretty good idea.
Do you? I mean,
Yeah.
because you grew up close to there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. They are called the 4th of July City.
That's right.
Oh.
Why? What's the deal with that?
Oh, I'll tell you.
Okay.
I will tell you
Oh,
about it.
Oh, did I spoil right there? Did I
Well,
spoil
it was a
it?
teaser. You don't
Oh, okay.
spoil, you just tease.
A little bit of a foreshadow.
That's right.
Okay.
Ooh,
Different than eyeshadow. What do you think of that beer?
good. A little bitter, but then nice sweetness at the end.
Sweeter than some.
Yeah.
I think. The color's nice. It's got pretty biscuity smells good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good.
It's an
7%, I
Oktoberfest.
think.
Yeah.
7.7.
Is it
Yeah,
really?
right?
Holy
Wow.
smokes.
You're getting a little extra.
Man,
Yeah.
you
Pump.
drink a big old mug of this, you'll have to stumble back to your Motel 6.
That'd be all right.
Isn't that outside of the rules for it to be like a true? Did they break the rules a little bit?
Maybe
A little bit.
little something.
It's been Americanized.
Rules,
That's right.
schmules.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Guidelines.
Guidelines. There you go.
Loose guidelines.
It didn't say anywhere that they were your favorite German beer law that starts with Rheinesgebot or
Rhein-
whatever.
Rheinesgebot.
I didn't see that.
Rheinesgebot.
It's not on the can anywhere,
Yeah,
so
who cares?
I think
Yeah.
we're okay.
It doesn't
Okay.
matter. So Bottle Rocket Brewing, like I said, in Seward, Nebraska, is located at 230 South 5th Street, closed Monday and Tuesday, Wednesday 4 to 8, Friday 4 to 10, Saturday 3 to 10, Sunday 3 to 8.
Yep.
So I looked it up. Where is Seward, Nebraska?
Okay, where?
25 minutes southwest of Lincoln.
Yes.
So if you drive, northwest-ish, right? Isn't it northwest? Don't you have to go up a little? Yeah, it's northwest. I'm sorry.
From,
It was a typo.
I guess if you go, yeah.
From Lincoln.
Okay.
Kind of go through.
Oh, from Lincoln, yeah.
from Lincoln. So it would be southwest of Omaha. But yeah, not very far at all.
No, not very far.
It's right off the interstate, right?
It is,
Yeah,
yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah. It's kind of known for trucking. Like that in Crete and that area, some of those places. But I think Seward is a big semi.
Well, we got some factories out there.
Yeah, there's some stuff going on for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
All right, here's a couple of things. I pulled off their website. They have an annual Oktoberfest like most breweries do. It's the last Friday of September. So it's coming up.
We could go to that.
It could. And if you hear this, it's probably happening right about now.
Probably right about now, yeah.
So that's going on. They have German food, of course. They have barrel-aged version of this beer that
I
they're
saw
going to
that
tap.
on Untapped, yeah.
They're going to have some polka tunes. I mean, it's just the whole thing. They have a lot of lederhosen guys dressed up.
Yep.
I saw that on the internet picture and big steins of this beer.
Yeah.
It'll be, you need a ride for sure on that
Here's
one.
the thing, you can't, my heritage, my ancestry is German, Czech, Polish.
Oh, you're
Okay.
You
So,
should be at this place.
You can't take the German, Czech, Polish out of me. I mean, that's just you say polka music, and I'm there.
Yeah, Spätzle. Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm there.
Lagers and Martins. Yes. Okay. Yeah. These are all good things.
Sausage and kraut, and oh my goodness.
Nebraska's, kind of for that stuff. There's a lot of those folks here.
What is the what is the ancestral makeup of Seward? I mean,
I
is
don't know,
it-
but if it's in that same general area, like just southern central Nebraska, it was German.
Yeah.
It was Czech. It was
And
Polish.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
A lot of German stuff. So
I was going to say a lot of small town Nebraska, especially in this area, or west of Omaha, I guess, is German, Czech, Polish.
Yeah, that's true.
that's why you
Yeah.
have all those different festivals and things. So
You get some Welsh in there
Yeah.
a little bit.
What's the Swedish? That's the
Swedish,
There's
yeah.
a couple like hardcore Swedish towns.
Yeah.
With the horse and the Velkomen and all that. Yeah.
It's interesting in Nebraska.
Yeah.
Some of the other things that they do here, monthly, I think it's on Friday nights, they have stand-up comedy.
Weird.
So it's like, one of these is a brewery for the town, right?
Yeah.
We're talking a small town. So this is like the event hub of Seward. Things are going.
So,
So if you want to see comedy, you got one night a month. Check it out.
teaser, it is TripAdvisor said it's the number one thing to do in Seward, Nebraska.
This place?
Yes. Yeah.
They built, I went there shortly after it was open. And then I went there again, and like a year or two later, and they had like, I guess added on maybe is the word I'm looking for, but it was they built like an event room.
Oh, I'll go through the timeline for you.
Okay.
I've got
So
that timeline.
They had like, if you have a wedding or a meeting or family reunion or whatever, you can rent this space in the back of the brewery and you can have it there. So
Nice.
it's like the one spot in town that you can have a bunch of people together.
That's cool.
Cornhole, beer league. Show up at the
Yes.
brewery and do that.
Yep.
So that's a
Yep.
fun thing to do.
Yep.
And then they do a golf scramble 2 times a year in the spring and in the fall.
I'm going to assume they got probably a 9-hole course there, or they got an 18-hole. I mean, that close to Lincoln. It may be in between.
Yeah,
probably
they probably
got
have.
18.
I would
Oh.
guess they would have that.
I'm sure.
Some of the other towns around there do, but
Yeah.
I would think so. At least those, yeah.
I bet it's beautiful, though. I bet wherever they got it is beautiful out there.
The hops in this one, we've heard of this before, Hallertau. That's the traditional one.
It's one of my favorites.
And then the malt, of course, is kind of up front with this style, as we know. It's supposed to be malty, sweet, and soft. So soft like a IPA almost. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, like I said, you get some bitterness right up front, like just for a second, and then it disappears. Like it's just right there, and then it goes away, and it's nice and sweet.
let's see, was there anything else I was going to tell you about that? It is very sweet. I like that. That's a good beer.
You know what makes me uncomfortable is when they use the word mouthfeel. Mouth. This has soft mouthfeel.
Yeah, soft. Yeah. There you go. Pillowy. Pillowy mouthfeel. 18 IBUs. That's pretty low, though.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, I saw a TikTok maybe a couple of weeks ago, and it was like 5 seconds of a dude saying, "Fun fact: your tongue knows how everything feels. Just look around the room, and your tongue knows exactly how it feels."
That's true.
That is true. Holy smokes, that's true.
Yeah, like
like-
everything. It's like
I don't like
wow.
that.
Yeah, so now I can't.
Now I want to lick everything.
Exactly. I can't ever erase that from my mind.
Not that you should. I mean, you shouldn't.
You should
right?
not,
I mean,
especially
No.
in these post-COVID times.
Yeah,
Don't put your tongue on
don't do
stuff.
that.
No kidding.
Yeah, that's
Imagine
not
how
good.
smooth that award would be if you licked it, though. Smooth.
This is like one of those cookies you get on the airplane.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Oh, yep.
Yeah, everything.
What do you got for me?
So Bottle Rocket was founded in 2014 by Gerald Homp, H-O-M-P, and
Okay.
Jason Berry. Homp was came to Jason and said, "Look, I got some marketing chops here, and Seward needs something." And Jason was like, "Well, I got some advertising and business development background. let's go find a brewer and let's start a brewery. 2014. So,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So they went and found a guy by the name of Ryan Cook, Koch. I would assume that's Cook, right?
Isn't that Sam Adams guy's last name?
Yeah, but I don't
Ish.
think it's the. I don't think. Hey, look, St. Louis is calling me. Maybe they know next week's episode is the St. Louis.
Yes. They're
Maybe.
trying to get on the horn.
You never know. Rich, don't say bad things about our please.
No, it's going to happen.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ryan was a structural engineer who over the last decade had been home brewing. And so he had a decade's worth of home brewing experience. 3 of them got together. All of a sudden, Bottle Rocket is born.
Yes.
Tap room is located in the Campbell's Seed Company Mill, which was built in 1947. The mill remained in full operation until 1987. So is that 40 years?
40 years,
If I can do
yeah.
math.
Yeah.
So it was then converted into a flour shop, and it was called the Flour Mill. Here's the weird part, though. When they bought the building in 2014, it still contained all the original millworks.
Yes, it did.
So the flour shop was just maybe in the front. I don't know. And then they just worked around the millworks and stuff.
It's right in the middle of the building. Huh. It's like right through the center.
Wow.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah,
And is it still there?
Yeah, it was last time I was there.
That's cool. 2016, they added a community event space in the back. The property also includes a beer garden, a loft, and an extra upstairs location that can be rented out to groups.
The loft is cool. I'm surprised it's open, honestly.
Is it sketchy?
It's not so sketchy, but it's on the side of a building. It's like a balcony.
It's like old-timey, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like, okay, we're at a brewery. You're up
Sure.
2 stories. It overlooks the city square, if I remember right, the town square. It's kind of like right there.
Cool.
But it wouldn't be hard to fall off the side. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, I've partied on third floor apartments. I've seen it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So I went up there. I had fun.
Sure.
I didn't fall.
right?
But it could happen.
It could.
But it could happen anywhere, I guess.
Sure.
Yeah.
Here's what you were talking about. 2019, they converted the old Seward youth building into a large-scale canning and production facility. So they moved some of that production over right next door to this old location, and so it opened up more of the space for
I would
events.
say they probably just started fresh because this was the smallest brewery I'd ever been to in my life.
Yeah.
I mean, he was talking homebrew. It was like a home brewer. That was what the setup was.
Oh, just like a little.
There was no fermenters.
Little 5
There
barrel.
was no tank.
Yeah.
It was in the basement
Yeah.
of the place. So the guy would brew his beer. I think he had 10-gallon. He was doing 10-gallon batches.
Okay.
Which is about as much as you'd make as a home brewer at one time.
Yeah.
Then they had this like dumb waiter. He would put it on and then crank it up to the ceiling.
Yeah, yeah.
Up 2
Wow.
floors. Because it was heavy, obviously.
Yeah.
And hot. And he would just crank it up there. And then you'd walk up these kind of rickety wooden stairs from what I remember. And then they would do it up there and put it in the stuff. But brewed it in the basement, had to hand crank this thing to get it up.
Nice.
I was like, what? This is a brewery that's open for business? We went down there and talked to he was working. He was making beers like nonstop all day long
Just going.
because it was so small. He had to make like
Wow.
6 batches a day.
When it looks like now, they distribute all throughout the state of Nebraska.
Yeah, I mean, I think they just like said, okay, we got to get with the big boys here.
We're gonna
and
blow
they
this
pump
up.
it up.
Yep.
Because otherwise, like when I was there, they just had tap and that was it. There
Yep.
was no canning or anything like that.
And I can tell you, because of my association with a brewery here in town, distributing throughout one state is difficult. Now, when you get into other states, it's even more difficult. Like you would deal with different distributors or whatever. Distributors don't care. They don't. Like if your beer sits, they give it back to you, and you got to pay them back. Like so doing something like that is a huge undertaking for them.
I guess good to be a distributor here.
Yeah, sadly, that's true.
Trying to
It's-
get around that somehow.
It's almost
but-
better to be a distributor than it is to be the brewer.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's a different story for another day.
It sure is. It's a spicy one though.
Yeah. So that's what I know about the brewery there
Okay.
in Seward.
Well, I got some information for us.
Here we go.
You wanted to know about 4th of July.
I do,
Guess
I do.
what? I wanted to know that too.
I love fireworks.
My whole life, it's been the 4th of July city. That's what it's been known for.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what people go there for.
For 4th of July.
4th of July. And I was like, I have been there for 4th of July, but I didn't really know why.
Wow.
Okay, here's why. Here's the timeline. I liked your timeline. We're going 100 years more in
Whoa.
the past.
Oh, okay.
1865. This dude named Lewis Moffett, he shows up.
Yeah.
He builds a cabin.
Okay.
2 rooms. He's doing pretty good for himself. He's got 2 rooms. 6 kids.
Whoa.
Guess what? He says, you know what? We'll stay in 1 room. I'll rent this other room out and make money. He's the original B&B.
Nice.
So people would come.
With 6 kids.
Yeah.
That guy's crazy.
Well, you know,
Okay. All right.
it's cold in the wintertime.
I guess.
So he starts getting these people coming through, stopping on their whatever they're doing.
Sure.
And 2 years later, there's enough people who have been there or come around that they start a town. And that's 1867, April 1st.
Okay.
3 years later after that, it's incorporated, so there's enough people that can have maybe a business or two. Named after Secretary of State from Abraham Lincoln, William Henry Seward.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking, if we had to name places now, well, I don't think we would, I don't know. Because, like, no one can name our Secretary of State right now. I wouldn't think. And it would probably be more like, we'd have, like, Gaga would be like the county, or,
Yeah,
Beyonce.
true.
It would be more of that thing versus, like, I know the Secretary of the Interior for
Right.
Teddy Roosevelt.
Yep.
We don't care about that anymore.
Yeah, he was born around here, and so that's his. Yeah,
And so whatever. But that's why it's Seward.
that's bizarre.
So the first 4th of July, they get together, 1868, in the town square.
Okay.
They put up a flagpole. The ladies that lived there got together and they stitched like a Stars and Stripes banner. So not technically a flag, but something that was very similar to that.
Okay.
They hung it up on the flagpole. That was fun. The guys in the town dug a well, and the guy that was like, I don't know if he was the judge or the cop of the town, gave a speech.
Okay.
There you go, 4th of July party. Boom. That was so much fun. We should do it again.
Dang.
22 people were
Just
there.
like that.
The whole town.
Wow.
22
Okay.
people.
All right.
So keeps going, and they keep doing that forever. Still today. That's where we're based
every
off
year
of.
after that, they.
Yes. So,
No kidding.
but they kind of like in the 40s, late 40s, after World War II, they were like, we should pump it up a little bit. And then that's kind of when it became popular with now, and like why our parents, or at least my parents, would know about it, and
Yep.
why I've been there and that sort of thing. In the 70s, 1973, Governor, before he was a senator, Governor Exon, signed a thing and said, okay, this is the 4th of July city for Lincoln, or for Nebraska.
For Nebraska.
Here we
Okay.
go. This is
Sure.
it. This is where we're going to have this thing.
Yep.
And then 6 years after that, here's a name that we should know here in Omaha, Senator Edward Zirinsky.
Uh-huh.
He proclaims,
Yeah.
hey, Seward, 4th of July, city of the United States, small town USA. And I thought, okay, I've heard that phrase a lot, but it came from somebody that's here. I thought maybe somebody else levied it on us. But that'd be like you saying, hey, Atlas
Right.
is the company of Nebraska. You know what I mean? And you can say that.
I mean, I can say that.
Sure.
So,
But it stuck somehow with this guy.
we're the company of Nicholas Street.
There you go.
How about that?
Yeah.
We're
There
the
you go.
best travel nurse staffing company on Nicholas Street. Fight me.
Bring it. And in 100 years from now, we can still talk about it. So that's it. That's where it comes from. And they just kind of took that name. Kind of like, do you remember when it was maybe the late 80s, early 90s, and David Letterman had a home office?
In Wahoo, Nebraska.
Wahoo, Nebraska.
Yeah.
That's one of those things that he was just random, and and the people of the town grabbed it, and it's been there ever since. There's still a sign that says that.
Wasn't there was I seem to remember it was between Wahoo and something and some other, like maybe Ohio, some city in Ohio, like Laughsville or something
Yeah, it was
goofy
something
like
like
that.
that.
Yeah. And there was a contest, and they had the contest on Letterman,
Yeah.
and Wahoo won.
Huh.
Yeah,
And that was a big deal,
it was a big deal
at least for Wahooites.
for the top 10 list.
Wahooians. I don't know whatever the people are. Okay, so
Wahooans.
Wahooans. Then in 1976,
Okay.
so we're
Bison-
talking before anybody in Dolan's family's around,
Bicentennial, right?
the bicentennial.
Yeah. Yeah.
Seward is picked as the bicentennial celebration site for Nebraska, for the whole state.
look at that.
And then it's like, okay, now we're legit. We've been recognized. 200 years, whatever, it's grape time, let's party. And
Yep.
now it's really pumped up. So they would do things like apple pie eating contest.
Oh.
They have bubble gum chewing contest. They used to have hot dog eating contest.
Okay.
Why is it used to?
And a greased pole climbing contest.
yeah.
But then the parents were like, this isn't safe for the children. They can't be eating these hot dogs. Someone might choke. So they said, nah, but you can still chew the bubble gum, blow bubbles big as your head.
Oh,
whatever.
it's a bubble blowing contest.
I think
That's hard
so.
to say.
A
That's
bubble
hard.
blowing.
Blubble.
Blah, 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 blah.
Here's why it's kind of important. We talked recently about Nebraska football and how the stadium is, 100,000 people almost.
Yeah.
40,000 people go here on the 4th of July.
Whoa.
40,000.
Seward?
What is the population
What?
of Seward on a
I don't
regular
know,
day?
but
It can't be. It's got to be 10 times
and that's tourists.
Seward.
Nice.
Yeah, because man, growing up in Columbus, there's only 22,000 people there now. It might be up to 25 now, but yeah. So you're talking
7,700.
Yeah, see?
7,700.
Yeah.
Wow, so over 10 times.
Isn't that
the amount.
crazy? So there's 40,000 people and they show up. Now they used to do this thing where, and this blows my mind they could get away with this. They would kidnap people. Like off the interstate. They had the state patrol
Okay.
pull a random car off the interstate
Yeah.
and they
Yeah.
would bring them to Seward on the 4th of July and be like, all right, you're here to party.
What?
Drop everything you're doing. You're with us now. And that was that way until like the 90s.
No.
What?
Like
Yeah.
rando family driving through and then you're like, okay, get in the back of the car. You're in trouble.
Yep, you're going to
Surprise.
Seward.
Here's a party.
Yes. How can you do that? I don't know.
What?
So now you have to volunteer. And then
be kidnapped.
Yes. And then
Okay.
they will only pull you over in the city. So you have to be going to the city or you're in the city limits.
Yeah.
And then they'll get you and you go have your fun. But
Do they search your car? I mean, do you have to field sobriety test?
boy, I would hope not.
I know,
On
right?
the 4th of July, it could be,
Yeah.
might find some bottle rockets or
Oh
something.
man.
Yikes.
Yep.
But yeah, that was a thing they used to do. They invite the president and his wife every year to come because it's the 4th of July city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one's ever came.
Oh.
What?
Not one.
Okay,
Never.
What happens if eventually someone from Nebraska is elected president?
Then they have to come.
I
No.
would think they have to, right? Wouldn't they?
They would have to.
I'd spite it. I'd just say no. Never heard of it.
What?
Never
What?
heard of Seward. I'm not doing this.
It'd be even better if it was a Democrat that was elected
From
a very,
Seward.
in a very red state. Man, that would be off the charts awesome.
Last thing I have on that. They have the world's largest time capsule. They did it in 1973. It was like a Guinness Book deal for the 4th of July.
Okay.
Ahead of the bicentennial.
Yeah.
It's set to open in 2025. So
Oh.
50 years.
Okay.
There's a brand new car in there. It was 1975. I think it was a Ford or something. It just rolled off the lot.
They buried a
It's
car
just in there. Yep. There's newspaper stuff. There's T-shirts.
What?
And they're gonna dig it all up. 2025. So
2025
3 more years. I
at
guess.
the
Two
at the
more.
4th
yeah.
of July.
Uh-huh.
So I'm
so
going.
you better be there to
I
see
think
that
that'd be a
car.
blast.
What are they going to do? Auction it?
I have no idea. I guess
They
just
have
look
to,
at it and clean
right?
it. I don't know.
Wow.
Wow.
But that's that.
Oscar has a question. I have so many questions.
What?
What?
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Nothing. Yeah, it's nothing.
I think he was trying to show me this. Hold on.
What do we got here?
Corn.
It's
Corn. It's corn.
It has the juice.
It has the juice. Can't think of a more beautiful thing.
Have you seen the Kevin Bacon playing the corn song
Oh, yeah.
with the thing of corn?
Yes.
This is fantastic.
He's just hitting the corn.
It's fantastic.
My friend Sean in Lincoln, he's a musician, and he got put in Facebook jail because he commented on that on my page.
What?
And he said, I'm going to drive out there and I'm going to punch Kevin Bacon in the face. And they put him in Facebook jail.
for that?
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's ludicrous. Your corn kid memes have been off the charts good.
Corn
by the
Kid
way.
is the best.
Did you see a company made little action figures?
Yes. I
Yeah.
saw that, of
Oh,
course.
yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen he has some sponsorships. He's got Cameo. He's got, I mean, he's everywhere right now.
Fantastic.
Why hasn't Nebraska grabbed onto this?
They have.
They have.
They
He
did.
did a Cornhusker thing. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, he did a thing with the Huskers. Yeah.
Good.
They better offer him a scholarship.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Great. Where's
Right
he
now.
from? Where's he from?
I think it was in Texas,
Texas.
Okay.
I believe.
We gotta get Corn Kid to come to UNL.
That'd be awesome.
If he's not a guest at the halftime this season, Nebraska's
Something's wrong.
Yeah, we got a lot
true.
of home games too, so a good chance for that.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. You know what that team could use? Some juice.
Some juice.
Right? There we go. That's our football commentary for this week.
That's right.
Well, it's a Nebraska brewery, so why not? I mean,
Exactly.
There you go.
That's all I got for you.
There you go.
4th of July, Seward.
Okay, now we normally do this after our 4th Oktoberfest, but since we had to make the adjustments that we made, let's rank them. Let's rank our 3 Oktoberfests
Okay.
and see where we land.
All right, so we had Surly.
Yeah.
And then we had the one from Empyrean, the Aries.
Yep.
Marzen, and then this one.
Yeah.
I think this one's my favorite.
I'm going to agree this one is my
Just because
favorite.
there's a little bit more sweetness and a little bit stronger boozy stuff to it, which I enjoy.
7.7, so it gets you you where you need to get.
I'm going to have to go Surly, then this one, and then...
Look, and there was
Empyrean.
nothing wrong with Empyreans. That
No,
was
it was really good.
I have since gone to the
did you go?
Lansky's out by Lansky's, the Laszlo's.
Laszlo's.
Oh, yeah?
Out by my house, and
Yeah.
had it on tap, and it was great.
They have good food there,
Oh my
too.
gosh, yeah.
Oh, I like
Their
the
beer
fries.
cheese soup. The beer cheese soup they have there is arguably the best beer cheese soup I've ever had. Arguably.
Really?
I don't know if it comes out of a jar. I don't know where it comes from. Quite honestly, I don't care. It's
I'm
delicious.
guessing they make it there.
Oh, and they give you some bread, and you eat it.
Dip it in there.
See, I've never... there's something about hot liquid. Like, I don't like hot coffee. I'm not a fan of hot tea. I can't do
Really?
soups unless it's really chunky, like chili or like potato soup or
Now
clam
you're
chowder.
talking my language.
But I can't.
I
I
love
can't
soups.
do. Yeah. So I never order soups. But Pickleman's, is that a Nebraska thing or is that everywhere?
I think it's everywhere.
I think it's everywhere.
You think it's everywhere? Okay, Pickleman's sandwich shop. They make the best tomato bisque. It's like the only soup I'll ever order from a restaurant.
Nice.
Yeah, it's really good.
What is it? Because you just can't eat it as fast as you want,
No,
or drink it? Did you have a burn as a child? What are we talking
Yeah.
about?
I
Here,
don't know
Dolan?
what it is. Like I don't. I just can't do soup. I can't. Chicken noodle soup. Disgusting.
Oh gosh.
That is a horrible take right
Yeah.
there. But
We're
I
coming
guess,
on soup
that's-
season here.
Right.
Yeah,
Quick.
I know.
So
Yeah.
I've been sending my wife like soup TikToks that I watch. I'm like, you make
like-
this soup, make this soup. I want this. I want this soup. Yeah, I love a good man. A bowl of soup when it's cold outside. There's nothing better.
See, I opt for the chili.
That's
Chili
good too.
is like
That
the
works.
Yeah.
chili, and then I guess I do make an exception for like taco soup.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, taco soup because it's chunky like chili. I don't know. And you could put like a ton of Fritos in there.
I have a pizza soup recipe that's pretty outstanding.
Are you serious?
Pizza soup?
Yeah, it's
Can you
straight
send
up
that to me?
pizza sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Sure.
Awesome.
Yeah, we make that a couple times a year.
Can we put that down in the comment
Mozzarella.
section down here?
Can you like
and
crush some like pizza Pringles on the top? Is that?
You can do whatever you
Do
want.
whatever
man.
you want.
You're the chef Boyardee of this deal.
All right, TripAdvisor. Number one thing to do in Seward, Nebraska.
I buy it.
Is this place right here. So, which is interesting because, okay, a town of 7,700, you're gonna have a Walmart, probably, right? I mean, I'm just trying to think. I'm trying to gauge.
Yeah.
McDonald's, probably, an Arby's, Taco John's.
Maybe. Yeah,
For
probably.
sure, a
I'm
Taco
thinking
John's.
like small town.
One thing's for sure, they have a Dollar General.
They definitely have.
They have to have a Dollar
absolutely.
General.
Probably used to have a Pomida, but that's closed now.
Yeah, probably, and that's probably like a weird like a furniture store now or an antique mall,
Yeah.
kind of thing. They just kind of yeah.
They
There's
probably
a
got
bar?
a pump and pantry.
There's a bar called
Yes.
The Well
Yeah.
there. That's a
The
fun
Well.
spot. That was the first. I think that was the first place I ever played a show with my band.
The
We did
Well.
a Halloween show there
Nice.
once.
So yeah, like I said, number one thing to do in Seward, 4.5 out of 5 on 24 reviews. I picked a nice one. There were some. Here's the thing with this beer: either you really, really like it, or you really, really don't. And I don't understand. After drinking this one, I don't know how you don't like this.
Yeah.
We've drank a lot of beers in our 200 plus episodes, right? And just in general, we've drank a lot of
Sure.
different beers. This is probably one of the better Oktoberfests.
I like it,
honestly.
yeah.
I mean, this is really good. So, Great Atmosphere was the title of it. Great local growing brewery in a neat old building. This is a must stop if you are in the area to enjoy a pint or four.
Four.
Or four.
Right? They have giant pretzels and a few local liquors as well. If you want to enjoy one of their tasty beers outside, they have plenty of seating, including a second floor balcony.
Yes.
There you go. So, I mean, if you put this into the world of traveling healthcare professionals, Rich, which we work with every day, right? You're probably just driving through, right?
Yep.
Or maybe you have a contract in Omaha or Lincoln or somewhere in western Nebraska or or something like that. This is a day trip that I think
Even
you should,
Beatrice, we have some stuff.
Absolutely.
I think. Yeah.
Yep.
This is a day trip that you should take.
That building is really cool. I think it feels older than the 40s when you go in there. And you can tell if you look at the picture on the internet, on the website, the front door is encased in like a smaller door casing because they had that was a way to get into the truck. So they would back the trucks into the front of the building and they just left that
There.
opening space in the building. So you can tell.
And they framed around it.
Yeah. So then they made it like, retrofit to an actual door. But the place is really cool. And it's just neat to see a building that it's still, at least when I was there last, is a mill inside. Everything's wood and like hand cut and
Cool.
it is really neat how they
that's
could just
cool.
put a brewery, at this beginning, a little tiny brewery
Right in there.
all around those things.
Nice. Untapped. Only 184 check-ins. Now, I'm going to guess that's because this is the first time they canned it.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. Or I don't even know. Maybe this is the first year they did it. Second year, possibly. I don't know. 184 check-ins. Where do you think we land on the Bottle Rocket Oktoberfest?
3.54.
I'm going 382.
373. Yeah, close.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, like I said, I think I would, out of the three we've done, this was my favorite.
This would be one I would like in a big Stein, please.
Yeah.
7.7. You got to watch yourself.
7.7, but it doesn't.
Doesn't
it's
taste like that?
No, it's still a really easy drinking
totally.
beer.
Be good with some food.
I'll tell you, you have a couple pretzels.
Yeah.
Oh, I was just thinking that.
Or like
Pretzels
some
with mustard.
No, not
stone
with that part.
ground.
No.
I don't understand how you don't like mustard. I just don't. God, it's delicious.
It's like, it's like soup guy over here. He won't have soup.
Ah,
I guess we all got our things, right? Mm-hmm. I don't eat cauliflower anything.
Oh.
Anything.
No keto for you.
No. And when you try to disguise it as a crust of a pizza,
Yeah. That's a no.
yeah.
Rich says no thanks.
No.
I can't tell the difference.
Oh, boy.
I don't know if I'm
False.
just
You haven't had enough pizza.
Smells like
shoveling
You just
the
eating
pizza
it.
too fast or what.
Smells
Maybe.
like baby diaper.
Oh, cauliflower does have a
hot
scent.
Baby diaper. Look, Oscar agrees.
He knows
with me.
about diapers
Yeah.
right now at our house.
You agree with me. Hot baby diaper.
We won't eat cauliflower either. You got +2 on that one.
Well, sadly, this brings an end to Oktoberfest for us this year. We've got some pumpkin beers coming.
Yeah.
We've got a
On the way.
Spooky episode coming.
Yeah, we got a spooky episode. We
Okay.
have a crossover episode with our other podcast that we produce here, Healthcare Horrors,
Yeah.
where we drink some beers with the girls that do that. and,
Yeah.
with the ladies that do that. There you go.
That's right.
And then, oh my gosh, there's a fun one coming up. We're gonna do a beer made out of a famous cookie, a famous
Oh.
regional cookie
Regional.
that's coming up here. I can't wait.
I like cookies.
Let's do it.
And I like beers.
Okay.
So until then, we're not going anywhere for a while.
Let's have another beer.
Thank you for listening to A Beer with Atlas. Special thanks to our brand team for producing the show. Each episode of A Beer with Atlas is powered by Atlas MedStaff, an industry leader in travel healthcare staffing.